You said only CERN has time machines. You have a time machine. That must mean you're working for CERN. That or you stole one, I guess. Therefore, your goal can't be to destroy CERN's dystopia. You're a fraud! QED. Wait, what does QED mean? What's a dystopia? How can CERN take over the world in just 20 years? I mean, look at the Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get those guys to stop killing each other. Who asked you to change the future? Are you trying to play God? If they're promising world peace, then I for one welcome all new CERN overlords. My god. Imagine if John Titor is gonna end up being a Rintar over that way here. My time machine is a prototype reverse engineered from stolen CERN technology. Yeah. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limited. In 2036, the world is ruled by a single all-powerful governing body. They control every aspect of our lives, deciding what we will eat, where we will live, and whom we will marry. There is no privacy and no choice. Anybody who dares oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials. Like, the year in this game is 2010. So that would mean 24, 26 years. In movies and stuff, small changes to the past cause huge changes to the future. You've already changed the present by coming here. What happens if you make unexpected changes to the future? Wait, what's with these names? Kuri Gohan and Kamehameha. Okay, implying CERN rules the world. Do you even know what CERN is? Lol. OP is a troll. So if we find his dad and kill him, then this time traveler, will never be born and we won't have to listen to this bullshit, am I right? I want to know if you can meet your past self. Can you have self-says? Very important questions. You're talking about the so-called grandfather paradox. That has been debunked. This roll line has divergence of 0.571024% compared to the roll line I came from. Roll line? Killing my father would alter divergence, creating a roll line where my father is dead. However, it would not erase this roll line. I would go on existing. Yeah, so we're talking about like parallel universes. Like we're going in a you're going on a completely different pathway when you time travel. You're not going to be in the same timeline. CERN is a particle physics research institution. That hasn't changed in 2036. So, the classical question is, if you're going on a completely different world line, it doesn't really, like, and if you try to change, like, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. For John Titor right over here, you go back in time, you do change by stopping CERN in that world. You're not going to come back to your original world. You're going to remain in that world. You go back into the future, you're going to be in the future of the new world. A more peaceful world. So, expect some changes to happen nonetheless. Besides stopping CERN and all that. I, however, haven't met my past self. That would mean that there will be two of yourself in that new world that you time travel to. So what happens then? You would be like to... Why? Well, you know, if you are to go into a new world, in a new universe, like time universe and all that, and you meet yourself, would it still create like a paradox? Cause meeting yourself, creating a paradox and thus destroying the world would go in tune with Makise's mentality when it comes to time travel, but when it comes to quantum like mentality when it comes to time travel and many worlds interpretation, I don't think you have to worry about meeting yourself and destroying the universe or something like that, right? I don't think so. It'll be the two of you. you could just chill with your your new self just fine, I guess. If you're really a time traveler, then fucking prove it. Post time machine pics or get the fuck out. The many worlds interpretation? Whoa, slow down there, bro. Hold on. Whoa, hold. Research institution taking over the world. Lol, what? I don't know if you'll need to prove that I am what I say. I'm only posting these messages on a whim. My mission comes first. What are roll lines? Can you meet yourself from another roll line? What happens if you do? Yeah, that's what I'm asking in this kind of situation. Late reply. A trip code is a way to identify posters. Put hashtag password after your name. Lol, backpedaling. Backpedaling, bitch? Oh, Jesus. 好了. Road lines are like an infinite number of rivers flowing in parallel. Along the way, they are constantly branching out into new road lines. This is called divergence. For example, whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on this road line's divergence. But if you were murdered, let's say, then divergence would change. However, it would only change by about 0.2000002%, if that. A single human being's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, acts of terrorism, and other events that cause widespread death and destruction have a much greater effect on divergence. Thanks for telling me about trip codes. I'll make sure to use this one from now on. I start to get tired, so let's pick up again tomorrow. It's been fun talking to everybody. I love that John Tyler is talking about all this serious stuff, but he's giving off the vibe of just talking and chilling, like at night on a message board at random. Like as if, you know, for the sake of attention, I guess. Okay, so road lines is basically what I was talking about before, about parallel universes, parallel worlds and all that. So you do something, you are basically on a different road line. Like the road line splits into two road lines. But what he says right over here, whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on this road line's divergence. Cause from the way I know about this sort of stuff, even like the small change of, oh, I don't know, I picked this random angel statue on my desk, or not pick up my angel statue on the desk. That would be like two road lines diverging there, and it's a very simple action. You just lift up an item, up or not. But he says that will not create a divergence. However, something more significant would create a divergence. Well, okay, what's the fine line between one action or the other? If this is what he's talking about. But if you were murdered, let's say, then divergence would change. Looks like they've already made an archive of these threads. Of course, there have been sites dedicated to John Titor for years now. This post closely resembles what the original Titor wrote 10 years ago. I've read one of those books on Titor. That's how I know. This new John Titor is clearly an imposter. There are many Titor fanatics on that channel. He's not exactly a household name in Japan, but I doubt anyone would fall for this level of trolling. As I continue to read, however, I find the response the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting this time traveler as if this were his first appearance. Nobody has ever mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I try posting a retort, but everyone ignores me. Oh god, okay. You know what I'm thinking right over here when it comes to what the Rintaro said here? I think that we are in a different world right now, or a world line, where John Titor has not made his appearance 10 years ago. That was in a completely different world line that we were before. We sent that message through the phone to Daru. But after we sent that message, now we live in a world where John Titor made his first appearance now, not 10 years ago. So John Titor is not has not to become famous in the past, but will become famous soon enough in this world line. Maybe that's what I'm thinking here. The hell? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people. Google, motherfucker! There's the original John Titor thread archived in English, and plenty of Titor blogs in Japanese. I entered John Titor's name into a search engine. 12 matches. Wait, only 12? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was right. This is a world where John Titor has not made his appearance up until now. Moreover, all 12 are about the current Titor's postings on at channel. Can't find a single trace of the Titor from 10 years ago. Bizarre. This just can't be. I searched for information on Titor a few years ago. Back then, I got tens of thousands of hits. Is this search engine filtered? I tried searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives the same result. Unless... if Rintaro were to think with a conspiracy in mind, maybe they deleted all history of John Titor. Like, on the internet. There's also that possibility, I guess. What is this madness? Feels like I've stumbled onto another plane of reality. Yeah, could be. Could this be another organization conspiracy? These past 2 days, I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion. Chaos theory. I'll call Taro. He'll know about Titor for sure. After all, I talked to him about Titor before. I only vaguely remember the details of that conversation, but I'm positive the conversation happened. Yeah, something tells me that Taro is not gonna know anything about that, buddy. By the time I take my phone on my back, I no longer feel like making the call. Instead, I send him an email on the way back to the lab. He replies with his location. By May Queen, he means May Queen plus Nya at the power of 2. A maid cafe. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, there's also these. A French acronym for Société Européenne? Oh, it's a French thing. Société... I don't know how to read in French. My apologies. Société Européenne pour la recherche nucléaire, or European Society for Nuclear Research. The world's largest elementary particle physics laboratory, located on the Franco-Swiss border near Geneva. It has a bank, a library, a post office, and a dorm on the premises. Scientists from around the world gather at CERN to research particle physics. The opposite of utopia. For example, a completely regulated society in which most people are denied privacy and freedom. Oh boy. A type of cafe where the waitresses wear maid uniforms, usually in the French maid style. They usually call their costumers master. Patrons can talk to their waitresses and play games with them, but ultimately maid cafes are restaurants, not bordellos. Dado's a regular there. Apparently 3D cat maids are his thing too. Well, of course it is. May Queen plus Nyan at the power of 2 is only a 3-minute walk from the lab. Coming from Kuramaebashi Dori, take a left at the Tsumakoiska crossing and you'll find it. That's where I'm headed now. It's usually busy in Akiba during summer break, but now it's even busier because the Radican is instant. The area was blocked off yesterday, but it doesn't look like they could keep the main road closed for 2 days straight. I haven't seen a single police officer today. Yeah. I mean, is the satellite still there? But the Radican building still seems off limits. The entrance shutters are closed shut and sealed with yellow police tape.
謎の人工衛星墜落から一夜明けた秋葉原です。警察による規制は解除され、駅前にはものすごい数の人が集まっています。墜落した人工衛星がどこの国のものなのかについては現在も調査中とのことで、詳しいことがわかるまで撤去ができない状態です。警察の発表によりますと、爆発などの危険は今のところないということですが、秋葉原を訪れた買い物客や地元商店街の関係者からは不安の声が上がっています。
Doesn't seem dangerous, I don't know. Like, if we're talking time travel, God knows what that machine can also do. I mean, not only that, but more importantly, if you have like a big crowd of people like right in front of the building where the satellite is like right there in the on the roof, you better not get crashed, guys. You could fall like any second, you know. The media has dozens of cameras set up outside of the police line, and there are nearly twice as many onlookers as reporters. Enough to fill the entire street with people. Everyone's aiming their phone cameras at the satellite-like object. So many people. Living in Akiba, you get used to crowds and big events, but a gathering of this size is unusual. Yeah, look at that thing. I wonder when they'll get rid of that thing. I hope it doesn't explode or something. They've been letting people back into the area, so I guess there's no danger. Still, considering its unknown origin, I'm surprised there isn't more security. Today, like always, otaku are shopping for doujinshi. Import games, electronics, or whatever strikes their fancy. Oh boy. Fan-created amateur manga, which are often but not always adult in nature. These are sold at special doujinshi events. The biggest of which is the twice annual comic Giga Market, known by fans as Kamimo. Aside from the scene at Radicon, it's the same as any other day. But I still don't understand what I saw yesterday. I've half accepted that the mass experience was just my imagination. Maybe I've become unable to distinguish reality from fantasy, like the media likes to say about teenagers these days. Duh. Well, maybe you are partially aware. With that thought in mind, I return my gaze to the street. And there, in front of me, stands a woman holding her phone in front of her face. She took a picture. Her phone was clearly pointed at me. I tried to cover my face, but not quickly enough. Ah, shit! You've been caught by the organization! A very beautiful woman from the organization. I turned around just to make sure that she wasn't pointing it at someone behind me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. She's still staring at her phone. Without even glancing at me, she turns around and points her phone at some other pedestrian. Maybe she's just taking photos of everyone that's seeing, and not just me. But still, I need to have a word with her. The organization is after me, so I can't risk that photo getting out.
Wait!
She doesn't turn around. Is she so engrossed in her photography that she doesn't even notice me? Or did she not catch my magnificent native level English?
ちょっとそこで携帯カメラを使っているあなた待ってください
She turns back, finally noticing me. And of course, her phone turns with her.
ってよせ通るんじゃないまさか機関の差し金か
She completely ignores my objection. And then she goes back to looking at her phone.
質問に答えてもらいたいんですがねあなたは機関の人間か
If she is, then I may have to take suitable measures.
違うのか違うとしても問題がありますよ俺の写真を持っていると機関に知られればあなたにも奴らの魔の手が伸びるかもしれないとにかく今撮った俺の写真を即刻削除してほしい
Is she even listening?
謝る
Wow, she finally speaks. Just a whisper, but it's something.
不快にさせたなら
I love the temporary yet always changing name for the woman right over here. Lady who apologized out of nowhere. She lowers her head slightly in a bow. Or at least I think it's a bow. She's been looking down all this time, so I can't really tell.
謝るより先に写真を削除してほしいわけだが。
風景撮ってた。
The lady ignoring me. Her fingers dance across her phone's keys with impressive speed, exactly the opposite of her annoyingly slow speech pattern.
風景を撮っていた？観光客？
Or is she one of the people who came to see the satellite? In that case, why did she take a picture of me? She shakes her head without looking at me.
証明、自分が今日どこを歩いたか。
Proof of where you were today? The lady ignored me and apparently sightseeing in Akihabara.
変なやつだな。
桐生萌か。
ん？
名前。
I guess she's introducing herself. That's nice. But I just want her to delete that photo.
聞きたいことがある。いい？
それより写真を。
都市伝説。秋葉原の。知らない？
An urban legend? What is she talking about? Don't tell me. There is a brilliant but insane mad scientist said to be lurking in Akihabara. And now that brilliant but insane mad scientist is the target of every assassin in around the world.
俺はこの町に長く居すぎたのかもしれん。だがそろそろ潮時か。
Akihabara, you were in such a bad town. I'm glad that...
幻のレトロ PC。
レトロ PC？
Phantrom retro PC. She replies with a nod, or something like that.
秋葉原のどこかにあるらしくて、それが。
そうか。
Nothing about a mad scientist. I'm relieved, but also disappointed. At any rate, this is the first time we've heard about a Phantrom retro PC.
幻のレトロ PC というと、キュッパチあたりか？
Windows 98? A Japanese PC series sold from the mid-1980s to the mid-1990s. It sold so well that at one point it was called the National Computer. That's the first model that comes to mind. But are 98s really that hard to find? She shakes her head slightly, or something like a shake.
いいえ、これ。
She turns her phone towards me. The screen shows an oddly shaped computer. Not sure if it's because of your phone, but that computer surely looks dusty and moldy. It's hard to tell since the picture is monochrome, but it looks like some kind of PC. It looks kind of familiar.
IBM 5100。
Oh. An IBM 5100.
ジョン・タイターが手に入れようとした PC か。
Wait, isn't that the... We've heard that like a while ago. Isn't that the same... Well, no, I don't think... hold on a second. What was it? IBM. An American computer company. Not only do they develop and sell...
見たことは？
ない。名前を知ってるぐらいだ。
Coincidence? No.
これもシュタインズゲートの選択かもしれん。
詳しい人知らない？
ダルンならば詳しく知っているかもな。そいつは俺のマイフェイバリットライトアームであるスーパーハッカーでな。MI6 の中枢にすらハッキングできる実力の持ち主なのだ。
MI6. In the United Kingdom, the government organization responsible for foreign intelligence operations. MI6 stands for Military Intelligence Section 6. However, its formal name is the Secret Intelligence Service. SIS. Okay, so I actually took a bit of a break there. I ended the recording session and now I am like 1 week later continuing this. And while I was editing this, I actually realized something. That IBN 5100 that she mentioned that she was looking for, that's the same thing that John Tyler is also looking for. Oh boy. Like there could very well be the possibility that either John Tyler has her help him in trying to find IBN 5100, this Phantrom Retro PC, or she is John Tyler. I mean, she does seem she feels very, well, I don't know about alien, but she doesn't have the same vibe as your typical human being that you would talk to, or she is shy / she's not very communicative and all that. The MI6 part is a slight exaggeration. If that ever did happen, Men in Black would break down our door and take us away. Actually, you know what, when I look at her, the way she speaks, and with the possibility that she may be a time traveler, she's from the future and is looking for something and all that, she definitely does seem familiar in that regards. Maybe like a combination of a couple of characters in one. But the Super Haka part is true. The depth of his computer knowledge is uncanny! Speaking of Daro, I'm supposed to meet him at the May Queen plus Nyan ×2. Not ×2. To the power of 2. I don't have time to stand and chat with some crazy lady I don't know.
では俺は行く。女よ。メディアスクラムもほどほどにな。
Media Scrum. My god, like the amount of tips that we get in gathering in these early parts of the story. During news stories with a high public interest, reporters sometimes latch onto persons of interest, bombarding them with questions, prying into their lives, and even camping outside their houses. These activities are a serious invasion of privacy and can inflict mental and emotional stress on the subject. I tried to make a smooth exit, one-liner and everything, but she grabs my sleeve before I can disappear into the crowd.
何をする？
メルアド教えて。
Don't mind if I do.
何が狙いだ？
スーパーハカーの。
I guess she wants to hear Daru's story. I mean, who am I to refuse such a pretty woman right over here? Don't mind if I do. I mean, my gosh, she really is pretty. Like the prettiest that I've seen in the story so far. It's my fault for mentioning him. Well, I'm meeting up with Daru, so why don't I just take her along? That, and if I am to go with my theory, she is definitely the most important person to latch onto so far. I would surely want to spend time with her for multiple reasons. I mean, most importantly because this may lead us to learn about John Tyler and all that. Definitely the most important reasoning here. It's not because I'm personally interested in her or anything like that. No, wait a second. This could be a devious trap. Maybe she's really a spy sent to kidnap Daru. I'm defenseless without him. My only other ally is Mayuri, whose skills amount to costume design.
断る。今ダルを失うわけにはいかん。
Daru is Rintaro's one and only boyfriend. I slip past her and start walking faster. I glance back. Rintaro. She's following me. I pick up the pace, but she's still chasing me.
俺の後ろを歩くな。
Unperturbed, she shows me her phone again. On the screen is the picture of me that she took.
ゲーまだ削除していなかったのか。
Ooh, she's using blackmail?
教えてくれたら削除する。
この俺を脅すとは。貴様、何者だ？
I attempt to glare her into submission, but her eyes are already lowered. My glare is ineffective.
私は
She hesitates for a second.
アークリライトのバイト。
Arc rewrite.
なんだそれは。
ヘンプロ秋葉原にある。
One of those companies that writes articles for magazines? Is this gloomy lady really fit for that kind of work?
貴様、俺の写真を無断で記事にするつもりだな。
Rintaro, I'm gonna be honest over here. I don't think that people really give a fuck about you. I mean, maybe there's a secret organization over there. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think that you're really that important as of right now. So I don't think there really is somebody that is interested in you. The best scientist of Akiba. Failed. I can see the headlines now. That's all the organization will need to turn Akiba into a sea of blood. No, no, I must avoid the gruesome outcome at all costs. I have no choice.
交換条件に乗ろう。
At any rate, as long as she has that photo, I have no way of knowing how it might be used. I pull up my email address and show it to her. Looking back and forth from my phone to hers, she enters my info with terrifying speed.
そうか。この女、能力者か。
An expert. I mean, if that were possible, we're adding a third person to that mix. I dub her power Shining Finger. Her magical thumb types cursed emails at 255 characters per minute. Whoever receives one dies. I mean, I was joking about Amane being like a cosmic string herself and all that, but Christ, are we gonna have like one of the characters in the story to be like a Haruhi Suzumiya type character, like the all-powerful, the universe centered around them kind of character? Jesus. She's done typing my address. It took all 5 seconds.
名前は
法院京馬。マッドサイエンティストだ。
Rintaro Kabun.
どう書くの？
フェニックスの法王に陰、そして凶悪なる真実。
は？
フェニックスの法王に陰、そして凶悪なる真実だ。
I repeat my perfect explanation. This is the origin of my true name. Explaining the in part of whole in would take too long, so I left it out. She enters my name with her head tilted to the side.
こう？
なんだこれは、ふざけるな。俺のマナをバカにするつもりか。
Well, I mean, she tried. Rintaro, my boy, just write it inside her phone at this point. She lowers her head a little more. An apologetic bow, I guess. Well, at least we know that she's not a robot. Because otherwise she wouldn't have made that mistake, I guess.
ならば携帯を貸せ。俺が入力してやる。
She shakes her head, clutching her phone with both hands as if to protect it from me. Like a spoiled child who can't let go of a toy, she shields it from me with all her might. What does she think I'm going to do? Reaction is a little depressing. Anyway, she's obviously not going to hand her phone over, so I asked for her address instead. I'll send her a blank email. She told me her name a few minutes ago, but I forgot it already, so I enter her as Shining Finger. What am I doing standing here in the middle of the street? Let's hurry up and send her a blank email. I don't need to type anything. It's just to give her my name. I already put her in my contacts. Just send a blank email to Shining Finger. I mean, honestly, if it works, it works. There you go. She frowns while looking at her home phone. And then she glances my way. I can feel those eyes clearly saying, hurry up. No, I don't think that's it. But I'm hesitant. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to give her my true name. But regardless of how long I hesitate, I don't think that she'll let me go until I send her the email. She sure is persistent. Looks like I have no choice but to send the email. Alright, there you go. We exchange a few words, and then I get away from her as fast as I can. Alright. I open the door to the May Queen plus Nyan at the Power 2 Maid Cafe. And two familiar cat-eared girls greet me with smiles. Mayuri? That's you? Oh my god, I didn't recognize you at first. One of them is Mayuri. But here, she's called Mayushi Nyanyan. Since she works here, I stop by about twice a month. I guess that would make me a regular customer. Actually, I've never been to any other maid cafe. After bowing again, Mayuri guesses she thought of something. What is it? Hey. Whatever. Faris? The other maid who came to greet me, Faris Nyanyan, her professional name of course, hits me with her trademark combo attack of cute cat-like gestures. Wait, this is the other name that I've seen, like, in my contacts, right? Yeah, Faris. It sucks that I cannot call people like randomly whenever I want, I guess. She's May Queen plus Nyan at the Power 2's most popular maid. Even though she and Mayuri are about the same age, she looks and acts a bit younger. Christ. They are the same age and she's acting younger than Mayuri? Mayuri, who's already like a baby-like kind of personality? Jesus. Dado frequents this cafe because he's got a crush on Faris. He often reads her public blog while muttering, "Oh, Faris, kawaii ne," to himself. He's got it real bad. I keep telling him to choose either 2D or 3D, but he doesn't listen. It's either one or the other, Dado. Whatever. I also have trouble dealing with this cat girl. She always finds a way to best me. Oh good, another one that we converted, I guess. That or Faris is humoring. Oh, in Kyoma. We just don't know that yet. I mean, that's the thing, like, so far. We don't know, like, some of these people, we don't know who truly believes Rintaro's... Oh, okay, Lukako definitely is the type that would believe Rintaro's shtick, but I don't know about Faris so far. Does she believe his stuff, or she's just humoring him? It was secret technique.
そうにゃ。嫌なコーチでの修行に耐え抜き、師匠の死も乗り越えて、フェイリスはついに手に入れたのにゃ。
Oh wait, I just remembered. Esper, a general term for humans who possess supernatural powers. Common powers include telepathy, telekinesis, and precognition, though more exotic powers exist. It is rumored that some Espers even possess the ability to reshape reality with pure force of will. Derives from the term ESP, which stands for extrasensory perception. Faris knows my true name. Oh, Kyoma. I've also told her all about the organization. And now she's more into it than I am. That? Or them. She's always the one to bring up the subject whenever we meet. By the way, this is the first time I've heard of this secret technique, or whatever it is.
だから今日約束通りフェイリスも精霊会議に参加させてほしいにゃん。
Spirit conference? She's not letting it go. It'll take 30 minutes if I play along with her.
お前サンクチュアリに行くというのか。ダメだ。いくら非奥義を得得したとはいえ、あの場所はお前にはまだ早すぎる。
そんな約束したにゃ。にゃのに京馬は裏切るっていうのかにゃ。
Okay, never mind. I was thinking that she was humoring Okabe, but it's either that she truly believes what Rentaro is saying, all the stuff that Rentaro is saying about the organization, or it's a mix of her understanding what Rentaro is saying, but also having her own definition of what the fuck the organization is and all that. And she has her own mentality about it. We have like a maid cat girl Chinibio slash cuckoo mix right over here.
それにあの場所にはフェイリスのお兄ちゃんが。
Since when do you have a brother? What the hell is this spirit conference anyway? Don't worry about this. I know that your brother has like a very dangerous disease and he's in coma right now, and but one day he's gonna wake up. One day. Faris looks at me with actual tears in her eyes. Oh, excuse me for a second. I met May Queen. What's going on? Lukaku? Sorry, I don't know any ancient secrets. This must be the reply for that thing that I asked. At least, I don't think our shrine has anything like that. If you're interested in that sort of thing, you should go to Izumo or Ise instead. I did 10 practice swings with Samidare. Good for you. Izumo or Ise? Whenever I talk with her, I run out of comebacks, which is really unusual for me. Gee, go figure. Rintaro Okabe, aka Hoen Kyoma, who is always on top when it comes to dealing with the organization. He is getting tired of this girl right over here. She is too much for him. Jesus. And then she takes the initiative, leaving me with nothing to do but listen to her fantasies. I mean, come on. You can only take it so far. There's a very clear difference between her stories and mine. As anyone can see, I speak nothing but the truth, while Faris has only delusions and a made-up backstory. I always have to play along. That's why I feel like I can never best her.
なんかわからないけど、マユシーもサンクチュアリっていうところに行きたいな。
I mean, sure, why not? Great, now look who's joined in. This is going to get worse from here. I have to end this conversation now.
来なくていい。この話はもう終わりだ。
へえ。今日まだけずるいにゃ。そうだよ。マユシーもフェリスちゃんもダメなんてね。オカリンは冷たいと思うのです。
フェリスとは誰だ？
フェリスちゃんはフェリスちゃんだよ。ね
You mean Faris rear, right? Mariuri and Faris look at each other and smile. Is she talking about this Faris? Is that her real name? Have I been mistaken all this time? I mean, what is the difference? That's a disturbing thought.
あのね、マユシーは言いにくいからフェリスちゃんって短くしてるんだ。
Oh.
なんだそういうことか。
なんだか女学院みたいで、それも悪くないにゃ。
Tabby. Okay then. Moving on.
いいからさっさと案内してくれ。俺はいつまでここに立っていればいいんだ。
Yeah, like where is Daru?
ごめんなさいにゃ。ご主人様、ご案内にゃ。マユシ、ご案内よろしくにゃんにゃ。任せてにゃんにゃ。
If you had noticed, the cat-eared mates here at May Queen plus Nya at power 2 are required to add cat sounds, nyas and nyans, to their words with some frequency. Gee, I haven't noticed. Mariuri takes my hand and leads me inside. Apparently, Mayushi Nyan is the only one who leads customers by the hand like this. It probably comes naturally to her. She doesn't even realize the effect it has on her customers. Touching hands? You guys said that this wasn't a bordello! And that's why she's second to Faris in popularity at this maid cafe. She guides me to Daru's table. The tables are about 60% full. Among Nakiba's maid cafes, May Queen plus Nyan at the power of 2's popularity is solid, but not booming. Considering what Faris and the others are wearing, it's more like a cosplay cafe than a maid cafe. Furthermore, the cat-ears and Nyan dialect makes it less accessible to low-level otaku and first-timers. It can be a little bit much. On the other hand, those same cat-ears are a topic of heated debate among die-hard maid cafe fans. Oh, you're talking about those kinds of people, like discussing the accuracy and like the nuances of cat costumes and all that. Christ. It reminds me of Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, where Kobayashi is a die-hard maid costume aficionado and an expert in how a lady should properly dress as a maid and all that. Maids don't have cat ears. Cat ears plus maid equals 2 times more! These two viewpoints clash. This place is one of the older maid cafes in Akihabara, but it doesn't get much media exposure. Maybe that's what makes it more comfortable than most. At least, that's what Daru says. He talks about this stuff so much that it's been burned into my synapses.
ダルくん、オカリンが来たにゃ。
遅すぎでしょマジで。
Yeah, yeah. By the way, how's your conquest for capturing Faris' heart? Daru sits in front of me, but doesn't look my way. He looks upset for some reason.
それで今フェイリスタンと何を話していたか詳しく。
聞きたいのか？どうせダルには理解できない話だと思うが。
Hell, even I didn't get most of it.
ああ、そっち系の話か。
And he's a Chinibyo for peace sake.
フェイリスタンとオカリンの会話は普通のオタじゃついていけない領域に達してるよな。オーラみたいなものが出てるっつうの。二人だけの固有結界張り上がって許さない。絶対にだ。
I don't know what this reality marble is, but he does exude the aura of a harem protagonist. I mean, Christ, how many female characters we have met so far? We have Mayuri, we have Makise Kurisu, like the poster girl. We have Amane Suzuha, the new employee at Brontube. We have Lukako. Yeah. We have I mean, I know that they're a guy, but they are part of the harem too. We have Moeka was her name? Yeah, I think so. And we have Faris right over here. Is there like anybody else? I mean, Christ, there are so many girls so far. A type of magecraft in which the user overrides the world with a pocket dimension based on his or her emotional experience. Often used in ordinary conversation to speak of couples flirting in public, immersed in their own world, not caring about the pain they're inflicting on others. Reality Marble. Never heard of that one.
フェリスちゃんもオカリンのこと気に入ってるみたいだにゃ。お店の子、お店に来るご主人様たち、みんな含めてフェリスちゃんのお話についていけるのはね、オカリンだけだもんにゃ。
I'm not getting close to keeping up with her.
そんなオカリンに嫉妬。なんという勝ち組。
嘘で塗り固めた女になど興味はない。
今日のお前が言うなすれはここですか？
Yeah, Mr. I wear lab coat 24/7/7/747.
黙れ浮気野郎めが。二次元の嫁が泣いているぞ。
ぐはー、痛いところ疲れたっす。
Daru theatrically grabs his chest and falls onto the table. I sip from one of the glasses of water that Mayuri brought to our table.
で、ご主人様、ご注文はお決まりですかにゃ？
オムライス、それとホットコーヒー、ブラックで。
かしこまりますにゃんにゃん。
After taking my order, Mayuri finds her way towards the counter as if swimming between the rows of tables. I hope she doesn't trip.
で、僕になんか用事だった？
Daru asks without getting up from the table. That's right! In my confrontations with Shining Finger and Keko, I almost forgot my original objective. God, you know, speaking of like all those Juju's Bizarre Adventure references, JoJo's, Shining Finger does feel like the name of a stand or something. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where it comes from. Wait, who is the fan of JoJo's in this? Is it Rintaro or Daru? Oh, there is a high chance that Daru is, but I don't know about Rintaro.
あと1時間ぐらいしたらラボに行くつもりだったんだけど。
Cause like one of the the lab experiments was named after the JoJo's reference, and somebody came up with it. I just don't know if it's Daru or Rintaro.
内密で緊急の話があるのだ。
I lean on the table and scan the area without moving my head.
ジョン・タイターは知っているよな。
He is not gonna remember.
ジョン・タイター？誰？
アメリカに10年ほど前に現れた自称未来人だ。お前とは以前こいつの話題をしたはずだぞ。
またオカリンのいつもの設定？
設定とか言うな。俺が話すことは全て真実だ。
I mean, must be a headache for a Daru over here who has to always keep up with Inkyuma's backstory. Like ever-changing backstory, and he has to keep up with that sort of shtick.
はあ、めんどくせえ。じゃあ付き合ってやるけどさ。そのタイターってやつが未来人だっていうソースは？
待て、なんでそんな初耳のような言い方をする？
事実初耳だから。
忘れたわけではなく？
自信はないけど。
日本でもそいつに関する本が出ている。
その本を見せてくれたら思い出せるかも。
本当に何も知らないのか？
人の記憶力なんて結構曖昧なもんしょ。デジタルと違ってさ。
Yeah, true. This is wrong. I remember talking to Daru about John Titor back in high school. It was only idle talk, so it's possible that Daru forgot about it. I mean, Daru is quite the internet addict, but the internet lets you choose what information you want to see. There's no guarantee Daru looked up the info on John Titor. If he had, I doubt he would have forgotten so completely. Is it my memories that are mistaken, or everyone else's?
だったら IBN5100 については
へえ、オカリンがそんな PC を知ってるなんてね。やるじゃん。
知っているんだな。
I mean, it's not just one thing. It's a type of computer. It more than likely is like, well, I personally do not know, but it is a common thing. But there is one IBN 5100 that's a little bit more special than the other, I guess.
IBN が1975年に発売したモデルっしょ。
1975. Right. That's what John Titor said on Ad Channel. He traveled to 1975 first, obtained an IBN 5100, then leaped to 1998. Really? This is the first time I'm hearing about this kind of information.
どんな PC なんだ
Like, I didn't see it in the post. What kind of computer is it?
値段高すぎの PC だな。黎明期だったからすげえ高くて、個人には手が出せなかったらしい。
Is it also like one of those huge ones, like the size of a wall?
IBN の独自技術が詰まった、その当時にしては結構優秀な PC だったんだけどね。
I mean, okay, I'm saying that, but Moeka, if that was her name, I forget, did show a picture of it, and it did seem like the size of a regular computer that you would see on a regular basis. So,
IBN は6年後の1981年に IBN-PC っていう大ヒットシリーズを発売してて、そっちの方が有名なわけ。つうか僕も IBN5100 の知識はネットのウィキを見たことがあるぐらいだぞ。
Ariakey, an internet system for the creation and compilation of hypertext documents on a web server.
それが現在の秋葉にあるという都市伝説を聞いたことは
おうあるある。1ヶ月前ぐらいにネットで話題になったな。で、その噂を聞きつけたアットちゃんの有志が秋葉中のショップを探して回ったんだよ。フレパラのフレンドにゲジネって人がいるんだけど、その人が中心になってね。
Sister Centipede, that's a name and a half. A popular SNS, social network service, website, designed to facilitate easy communication between users.
あの疾風陣雷のナイトハルトまで出張ってきたらしいけど、結局見つからなかったんだって。
Neidhard der Blitzschnell. Who the fuck is that?
じゃあ都市伝説はデマだったということか。
さあ知らねえ。秋葉にはアンダーグラウンドなショップがたくさんあるし、案外どっかの怪しいショップにひょっこり転がっててもおかしくないんじゃね？
ふむ、なるほど。
Oh. Excuse me. Hey, it's Shining Finger. By the way, Daru, we're definitely gonna have to talk about this new development right over here. Okabe-san, I mailed you as soon as I could. My name is Kiryu Uemeka, okay. I'm a 20-year-old freelance editor. I believe I mentioned I work part-time at Arc Rewrite. Sorry for taking your picture. It wasn't on purpose. I needed some shots of Akihabara for work, and you just happened to be one. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was hoping to sneak some shots of the satellite. The Mao. By the way, the picture I took was just a test, not the final shot. That's why I was using my phone. Even if you hadn't begged me to delete it, I wouldn't have posted it, so don't worry. Anyway, I should get to the point. I'm really sorry for asking like this, Okabe-kun, but it would be super great if you could ask your friend, the super hacker, about the IBN 5100.